Good morning. Welcome back to the Dallas Housing Coalition's Housing for All webinar series. This is our first episode of 2025. We hope everyone is staying safe and warm out there, especially if you're in Dallas. My name is Brian Toney. I'm the organizer of the Dallas Housing Coalition. And before I begin, I'd also like to give a special thanks to Andrea Gillespie of Charles Schwab. She was our amazing host for 32 webinars beginning in the fall of 2023. And if anyone else is interested in hosting, please feel free to reach out to us. Or otherwise, I'll continue to host these as an organizer and have great conversations with our members like Felisa, who you'll be meeting here today. This makes our 33rd installment of the series where we discuss whether Dallas is big and if it is truly big enough for everyone. These are impactful one-on-one conversations with DHC members and other community leaders who are Dallas's strongest advocates for keeping Dallas affordable. As mentioned, we're joined today by Felisa Connor, President and CEO of Frazier Revitalization. In her role, Felisa serves as a catalyst for change and transformation in the Frazier community, while also strengthening the organization's infrastructure to ensure long-term success. She previously worked with the City of Garland and joined Frazier in 2021, bringing over 20 years of experience in community building and public engagement. Additionally, she was the 2012 recipient of Garland's Excellence in Neighborhood Service Award and is a past recipient of the Community Partner Award from the Garland Chamber of Commerce. Felisa holds a bachelor's in government and politics from the University of Texas at Dallas. Go Comets. Welcome to the show, Felisa.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So Frazier Revitalization has been a catalyst for change in the South Dallas community since 2005. For those unfamiliar with the Frazier neighborhood, would you mind giving us an overview of its history and the organization's role, meeting a variety of needs in the community?
So Frazier was formed in 2005. It was a part of a long-range plan for the Frazier community after the townhomes were redeveloped, after Frazier Courts was redeveloped, and then what you see now is Frazier Townhomes. The City of Dallas, as well as the Dallas Housing Authority and others that were working in partnership with them, wanted to make sure that the housing project wasn't just refurbishing, revitalizing those townhomes wasn't just a one-off project, and they wanted to put a nonprofit in place that would continue with the implementation of some of the things that were outlined in the DeMombro plan. And so Frazier Revitalization was formed. And so we were, our founder had also formed the Foundation for Community Empowerment, which focused on systemic change. And so Frazier was formed to address place-based concerns, partner with the residents in just revitalizing the community. And as you'll hear often, to mobilize neighborhood change in partnership with the residents that live in the area.
Awesome. So it's in some ways a public and private partnership?
Yes, that's the way it started. And, since that time, we've had, as an organization, we've had the opportunity to work with some pretty large institutions in the area. For instance, Parkland Health. So you may be aware that we developed the 44,000 square foot facility that's located across from Hatcher Station at Elsie Faye Higgins and Syene. So that's considered Hatcher Station Village Phase 1. And so we developed that clinic, and Parkland is now the owner of the clinic. But we did build that. And then the phase 2 was the dental clinic that was built in partnership with Texas A&M College of Dentistry. And then what's left is we also own a 1.7 acre tract of land that's adjacent to that we are working through different opportunities to develop in that area also. So we don't just do housing, we're also developers.
Yeah, that's great that you have that wraparound services there, and it's a beautiful facility. The Parkland one I've visited, and right next to a DART station. So you're bringing all the needs and meeting people where they're at.
And so I don't want to forget to mention restorative farms. There's the Hatcher Station Training Farm that's located just on the other side of the DART station. We also work in partnership with them to uh, address food insecurity. The Restorative Farms provides community supported agriculture to the area, and so Frazier acts as their fiscal agent, and we also support them with engagement efforts make um, to help communicate to the residents, to the neighbors about different training opportunities, grow boxes, and other resources and that are available there. So it is indeed a training farm, but they do a great job of trying to engage with the community with the sale of fresh produce, as well as offering training to residents on how to grow their own vegetables at home.
Great. So what is the community dealing with then in terms of housing affordability?
Well, in the area, one of the things that we realized, I've talked to you before or in the past about how we established or organized Frazier Healthy Homes, and it was with the philosophy in mind that as we're developing and we're trying to address things that are happening along major corridors, we needed to make sure that we were working with residents to address their concerns. And it just doesn't get more personal than the place that you live. And so we, as one of the things that a lot of people talk about is the gentrification that happens in these
Mm,
areas that have been historically historically Black communities or Latino communities, or just a very mixed income, and especially an affordable place for many of our communities of color. And we see some of that changing, like with what was experienced in Uptown. And so we wanted to make sure that we were able to help the residents to maintain their homes, and then for those older residents to also be able to age in place and then be able to pass on that asset to their own loved ones. And so we're working very hard to maintain existing affordability for the residents that live there. I mean, as you know, there's a lot that can be done, new development,
sure,
multifamily development, as well as single family development. But we believe that our strength is working with the existing homeowners, those partners that we've developed over the years, to make sure that they're able to age in place, but not only to age in place, but to have a quality living environment. And so that's what we focus on with
mm,
Frazier Healthy Homes.
awesome. And about how many residents are in Frazier currently?
So the Frazier community is made up of three micro neighborhoods. It's Bertrand,
Okay.
Mill City, and Dolphin Heights. And so there's approximately maybe 6,700 to 7,000 residents. It's about
Wow.
1,100 acres for for that entire area. In the
Sure.
Bertrand community, which is the targeted area where we have been working
Mhm.
with Frazier Healthy Homes, we know it's about 40% owner occupied. And
Okay,
so with that in mind, our goal was to help at least 90 homeowners over the course of 3 years to improve their living conditions. And what we found as we've done that, we've learned more about what residents are
yeah,
experiencing in the area. Some of that had to do with not understanding how to manage property taxes, making sure that they have homestead exemptions. So our wraparound services that align with the home improvements, a lot of that has really grown to address those needs. You ask about what people are experiencing.
sure.
Part of a lot of what they've been experiencing as it relates to that home is being able to maintain that. We found as we started this program, a lot that was going on was that people were dealing with contractors that took their money and didn't finish the work. If they did finish the work, the work, it wasn't quality work, and so in some cases, we've gone back to help with some of that, where we could, and we've helped them, correct those problems.
That's awesome. So you're always in constant communication with the residents of Frazier or the neighbor association leaders. You mentioned
Yes.
Parkland coming in and also partnering with y'all. Has that kind of been the main approach that you've taken? I know you just became president and CEO. You were in a different role before, but how do you, hope to continue to make a difference in the housing stock?
A lot of what we've tried to do is we started this program with doing a block, what we call a block reading. So we went out to read the neighborhood, and
Mm,
that's what do the physical conditions that exist in the area, what do they tell us? And so we went out to look at places. We did a block by block, and we were trying to determine where does it look like people are already making an investment in their home. And so we looked at that, and then those were the first residents that we reached out to. And our first promotion of Fraser Healthy Homes was through a home improvement fair
mhm,
that we are still hosting. We host each September around National Good Neighbor Day. We host a home improvement fair, and what we call it is No Place Like Home. And so what we do is we invite residents to come out to learn more about Fraser Healthy Homes. They have an opportunity to turn in an interest card so that they can sign up for the program. And in addition to that, we provide demonstrations on how to maintain your home for the winter, how to prepare the home for the winter. We invite uh,
mhm.
professionals out that address HVAC, people that can help the residents with roof concerns. And so we invite landscapers out,
Yeah.
and we've been very fortunate to have a partnership with Green Careers also that will come out and talk about energy efficient lighting and things like that. So we give away LED bulbs, we give away mini landscape makeovers and things like that. Anything that will promote investment in the community so that it is a place where people will choose to remain. And then what we also hope is that the people that the homes are passed on to, that they'll choose to return to the community.
That's awesome. Multi-generational legacy residents and families. I'm
Yes,
sure you've gotten to know them on a very personal level over the years.
yes.
That's awesome. I was looking at y'all's website. You haven't mentioned yet, excuse me, our Wellness Wednesdays, Try It Tuesdays, and Empowerment Brunches. Can you tell us a little bit about those programs?
Okay, so you earlier on you mentioned our wraparound services, and so we try to target the different stakeholders. Like uh, we've done some surveying of what their interests are as it relates to, health, finances, and things like that. So
Mhm.
what we our empowerment pathways we did. I don't know that that's highlighted necessarily on the website, but we're
Sure.
working on that. But in the empowerment pathways, we, as with specifically with the residents who have home repairs, we spend a little time with them, asking them to choose a path for empowerment. That's often with financial empowerment, where there's saving an emergency fund to address some of the concerns with their home over time. Because for many people, they didn't have central heat and air, so getting used to managing the thermostat, also buying the air filters and things like that. So at our empowerment brunches that we hold bi-monthly, we have different topics that we cover. The first empowerment brunch for 2025 will be on January 25th, and it's open to anyone in the Fraser community. And we'll be talking about planning and setting goals for 2025. For some people, they had the repairs, but maybe they are interested in some remodeling, or they know that they want to do some landscaping. Others are taking this opportunity to save an emergency fund through our financial wellness classes that we host in partnership with Ascend Dallas. And then we also, during the brunches, we also invite insurance brokers, financial strategists to come out and talk to residents, maybe reviewing insurance policies to make sure
Mhm.
they're not underinsured. Or we also invite renters out. So we had last year many of the renters in the townhome community and in other parts of Frazier. They learned how inexpensive renters insurance could be, and the value that brings to them as far as protecting their assets. So that's some of what we've covered in the empowerment brunches.
Right.
Wellness Wednesdays, we have our first session of that on January 15th. It's in partnership with Cardiac Fit, and Cardiac Fit will conduct kickboxing classes every Wednesday at 11 o'clock. That will be followed by nutrition classes with Texas A&M Prairie View AgriLife program. So they'll do cooking demonstrations, talk about nutrition, some of the soul food dishes that we love so much, how to cook those in healthier ways to make sure that we're able to manage blood pressure, cholesterol, and so forth. During in the past couple of years, we have during our Try Tuesdays, we talk a lot about health and wellness, mental well-being. So we've hosted that for, I want to say probably since 2019, we've held Try Tuesday, but we've kind of,
Oh,
with the hiring of our community engagement director, Tabitha Levi,
cool.
we've really improved on the quality of programming, just the engagement with the residents. So every month on that first Tuesday, we have 30 plus residents that are in attendance during the day. Our Saturday empowerment brunches,
Mhm.
we often host 35, 40 people. We offer brunch, and then we cover whatever topic we have for that particular month. So they've gone over very well.
That's great. Yes, y'all keep a busy calendar for sure
Yes,
then. No shortage of opportunities.
yes.
What do you see in store for Frazier Revitalization as it relates to community development in South Dallas and as a part of the affordable housing movement in Dallas as a whole in the future?
Well, when we think about just the big picture for the area, I believe one of a very important effort is some of the collaborations with other community-based organizations, because no one organization can do it all. So I've really appreciated your efforts in forming the Dallas Housing Coalition, and just the opportunity to get in alignment with your vision for that, as well as the other people that make up the steering committee. I think that this is a very important effort just to highlight housing concerns that will affect the entire city of Dallas over the
Yeah.
course of the next few years. So I think that this effort is important. I'm also excited about the community land trust, the development of a citywide community land trust.
Hmm.
Frazier is a founding member of this effort. And so we hope to launch that during the month of this January, or certainly by February. So that will be a game changer for creating long-term affordability for the community. So those are very, very important, because I think that when it's easy to get caught up in just the development side of things. And so development of a building or a space is very transactional. But
Mhm.
when you talk about really changing a community, the relationships you build with the residents is so important, because it's people that change communities. And so if we can increase their capacity to advocate for themselves, both individually and then as a community, then that's where we have the opportunity to truly mobilize neighborhood change, but not just change for the moment. We're talking about change that's sustainable. So if the people in the community, if they feel cared for and secure in their own homes, then that opens the door for them to get involved in other decision making that's taking place in the community. And so that's what I love about our empowerment pathways, that we're working at that individual and household level to help people move towards the having the capacity for collective impact. And then that opens the door for organizations like the Housing Coalition and others to have conversations with the residents at a different level. So when they have a seat at the table, they understand the terminology, they understand those big picture goals that can benefit the community on a long-term basis. I think that that's important for us to get to that place, because if anything in the community is going to change, we've got to bring the residents along with us. And it has to be them understanding that it's not that it's their community, and we understand that, but we want to be partners in the change and the sustainability of the individual neighborhoods as well as Dallas as a whole.
Absolutely, and thank you for being the boots on the ground and all y'all do to mobilize and keep your members and neighbors informed of what's happening at a city level. It's a huge city, but we're trying to make those incremental changes that will make a
Yes.
big difference in the long run. And very excited to see the CLT, the Community Land Trust, finally come to fruition. It'll be the first in Dallas, I believe, and that's all
Yes.
you get to be a founding member. So
Yes, we're excited.
yeah, and for those watching, community land trusts essentially hold land so that they're able to keep long-term affordability in a community, still selling the structures or buildings to a homeowner, but the community land trust is able to hold all those lots and keep them affordable. So with other tax breaks and things like that. Is that correct, Felisa?
Yes, that's correct.
Awesome. Any other projects or initiatives we haven't discussed today that you'd like to share with our audience?
Oh, I failed to mention that we also have a, after school program that we host at our
Yeah.
facility. And so that's available for K through eighth grade. And we host that, we have the after school program Monday through Thursday. And we also host a summer camp in the summertime, 8-week summer camp called Camp Frazier. And
Oh,
again, this is another way for us to invest in youth and families that are in the community,
that's
and
great.
try to expose the children to other opportunities through field trips, still STEM-based learning, guest speakers, arts enrichment. And so we're excited for our new partnership that starts this month with Beacon Hill. And they will be offering reading and math literacy to help close that achievement gap for our students. So our work is very holistic in nature, but always designed to address the concerns of the Frazier community. So as you stated before, we speak often with the residents. We have an open door policy on just inviting them in to offer feedback and comments. We're doing some work right now for a case management software, uh, so that we're better able to track information, keep up with data, and share our stories of impact. And for those who don't know, this on May 1st, we will celebrate 20 years. So we are excited about that. We're hosting a luncheon at Gillies on May 1st. So I hope to send out an invitation to everyone, inviting them to come and to celebrate our founding board members, as well as the community leaders that have partnered with us and done the hard work, or been in the trenches with us over the past 20 years.
It's awesome. Yeah, Dolphin Heights, Mill City, Bertrand. That'll be a huge celebration. So I'll definitely
Yes.
make a point to be there myself.
Thank you.
And then my last question is my favorite question. How can our audience members get involved, stay up to date, and support your work moving forward?
So we are working very hard to increase our volunteer base. So if you're looking for an opportunity to, we have interesting volunteer opportunities. Often some of the residents are looking for assistance with remodeling rooms at times. And so that's something for for our creative types or for organizations who have furniture or any type of home decor. Those are things that we often need help with because sometimes there are quite a few repairs and we don't have the additional funding to add those amenities. Other opportunities are to meet with have dinner with the students. We provide a hot meal to the students Monday through Thursday, and just being able to sit with individual students and listen to how their day went, offer
Mhm.
encouragement. So we have those mentor opportunities as well as homework help opportunities for those who are interested in working with students. We also are currently our vendor for STEM for our STEM classes. We are having to make a change there because the person moved on to a different project. So if there's anyone who has an interest in robotics and would love to work with the kids, we have an open door for that. And then landscaping, landscaping on the individual properties, lots of opportunities for that. I'd
Mhm.
love to have you come on a tour. So if anyone's interested in doing that, if Brian, if you can share my email address in
Definitely.
the chat or go when as it goes out, you're welcome to reach out. We'd love to take you on a tour, help you understand why we're so passionate about the work we do in the community that we serve.
Awesome. I can definitely tell, how much passion you bring to the role and the organization and your leadership. It sounds like there's great opportunities to support, whether people want to get their hands dirty or just sit and have dinner with a student. That can go a long way. So
Yes.
thank you so much for joining us this morning and sharing your unique perspective with the Dallas Housing Coalition's listeners.
Oh, you're welcome. Glad to be here. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Before we sign off, I would just want to encourage everybody to follow our social medias for more updates on how to get involved with the Dallas Housing Coalition and stay connected with our Housing for All webinar series. Visit our website, dallashousingcoalition.com, to learn more about our member organizations like Frazier, Revitalization, and join the coalition today. Thank you for tuning in to our 33rd webinar, where we discuss whether Dallas is big and if it is truly big enough for everyone. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Stay warm and safe out there. And we're keeping LA in our thoughts and prayers too. So we'll see you soon later this week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great one.